Alright, let's talk about the real MVPs of Marvel Rivals, the Strategists. These heroes might not always top the scoreboard in kills, but trust me, without them, your team would fall apart faster than a rookie dive into mid. Strategists are the ones keeping everyone alive, boosting damage at just the right moment, and turning chaotic fights into easy wins. They're basically the glue that holds every good squad together. Now, with the latest balance patch, things got pretty interesting. Some heroes got massive buffs that turned them into must-picks, while others, let's just say they've seen better days. The meta's been shaken up, and that means it's time to figure out which strategists are still dominating and which ones might need a little vacation from your lineup. Let's dive into the tier list and see who really deserves that top spot this season. I'm quickly moving on to the video, and I'm ranking strategists in Marvel Rivals. Before we start, if you enjoy these types of list videos, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Enjoy watching. The strategists in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Ultron. You know that feeling when your favorite hero suddenly goes from being the team's MVP to, maybe I'll pick someone else? Yeah, that's basically what happened to Ultron in Season 4.5. Our once all-powerful healing machine has officially crash-landed into B tier. And honestly, it hurts to watch. His imperative. Patchability got hit hard, dropping its healing output from 35 to 30, and the healing bonus for nearby allies went from 10 to a sad little 5. It's like the devs looked at him and said, "You've been having too much fun, let's fix that." But it gets worse. His ultimate ability, the one that used to make him feel like a robotic guardian angel, now costs 3,700 energy instead of 3,400. That means you'll be waiting noticeably longer to unleash it. And in a game this fast-paced, that delay can be brutal. Before this change, Ultron could outpace most other healers, dropping his ultimate early and turning the tide before enemy supports even had a chance. Now, he's just another strategist struggling to keep up. Still, don't write him off completely. Ultron can still get the job done if you're smart about positioning and timing. His toolkit remains solid, just not as explosive as it used to be. Think of him like that one coworker who used to do everything in half the time, but now needs an extra cup of coffee before getting started. He's slower, sure, but with the right team and a bit of patience, Ultron can still make his presence known on the battlefield. Just maybe not at the top of the scoreboard anymore. The strategists in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Invisible Woman, Adam Warlock, Cloak and Dagger, Mantis, Loki, and Jeff the Landshark. Alright, buckle up. We're heading straight into the A tier of Marvel Rivals strategists, where the healers shine, the supports flex, and everyone's fighting for that sweet spot right below the gods of S tier. These are the characters that can swing a fight in your favor. If, and that's a big if, you know what you're doing. Let's break down who's sitting pretty in this category and why. First up, the always graceful and dependable Invisible Woman. She's that one teammate you never worry about, calm under pressure, always in the right place, and somehow keeping everyone alive through pure class. Her ultimate ability can go toe-to-toe with some of the top strategists, and the way she manipulates positioning makes her invaluable in team fights. If you're building a squad and need a healer who doesn't demand fancy plays, Sue Storm's got you covered. What really makes Invisible Woman stand out is her flexibility. She fits into nearly every team composition like she was built for it. Because honestly, she kind of was. Her healing is consistent, her shields are reliable, and her cooldowns feel just right. She might not have the flashiest abilities, but you'll miss her the second she's gone. If consistency had a face, it would be hers. Calm, focused, and annoyingly hard to kill. Next, let's talk about Adam Warlock, or as some players call him, the Golden Gamble. Over the past few seasons, this cosmic healer has been treated surprisingly well by the balance team. Buff after buff after buff, while everyone else was getting nerfed into the ground. His climb to A tier isn't luck. It's the result of steady improvements and the fact that skilled players finally started to realize just how busted he can be in the right hands. But make no mistake, Adam Warlock isn't plug and play. He's not the kind of strategist you can pick up and instantly dominate with. You need practice, patience, and a decent understanding of his kit to get real value. However, once you do, he rewards you with top-tier performance that can rival even the best. He's the kind of character that makes your teammates go, "Wait, how are we still alive?" now Cloak and Dagger, the ultimate duo of light and shadow. These two used to sit comfortably in the higher tiers until Season 4.5 came knocking with yet another nerf. Their healing ultimate now costs 4,500 energy instead of 4,300, which doesn't sound like much, until you realize how much longer it takes to charge mid-match. That extra time can be the difference between a clutch team save and watching your DPS crumble. Still, let's not pretend they've fallen off completely. Cloak and Dagger remain solid A-tier contenders, maybe even flirting with S-tier on good days. Their auto-aim healing is a dream for newer players, and a nightmare for enemies trying to finish off low-health targets. Plus, their ability to create safe paths for team pushes gives them a unique edge in coordinated play. They're still the stylish support duo you want when your team needs a bit of everything. Speaking of style, Mantis is over here just vibing. Quietly strong, statistically solid, and completely underrated. On paper, her numbers look great. Her healing output? Impressive. Her crowd control? Sneaky good. But her play rate? Low. For whatever reason, most competitive players just don't pick her up, which keeps her from breaking into the top spots. The truth is, Mantis requires a bit of creativity. She's not as direct as other healers, and her abilities shine brightest when you understand spacing and timing. That might be why her win rate looks good, but her popularity doesn't. She's kind of like that indie artist everyone should listen to, but no one does. Low-key amazing, just not mainstream enough to trend. Then we've got Loki, the trickster himself. And oh boy, has he had a rough ride. Once a powerhouse, Loki took several hits to both his healing and damage output in past patches. He never quite bounced back to his old glory, but don't be fooled. He's still a menace in the right hands. His mix of stealth, deception, and clutch healing keeps him firmly planted in A-tier. For skilled players, Loki remains one of the most rewarding strategists to master. His high skill ceiling means most casuals won't see his true potential, which is probably why some players wrongly dump him into B-tier. But if you can juggle his cooldowns, misdirect your enemies, and keep your team guessing, Loki transforms into a walking mind game. He's not broken, he's just misunderstood. And finally, Jeff the Land Shark. Yes, you heard that right. The adorable little shark who somehow ended up as one of the most effective supports in the game. Jeff shot up to high A-tier after a key change gave his ultimate team-wide healing. Before that, his biggest issue was having to abandon your squad just to go on a bite-sized rampage. Now, you can chomp and heal at the same time. Beautiful. The rework finally made Jeff feel cohesive. You're no longer torn between dealing damage and supporting your team. You get to do both, and it feels great. Of course, it's not all sunshine and waves. His passive ability took a nerf, with the critical damage reduction dropping from 70% to 50%, which does make him a bit squishier than before. But even with that, Jeff's value skyrocketed. His mobility, his fun factor, and his newfound utility make him an absolute joy to play. There's something ridiculously satisfying about diving into enemies, dealing damage, and watching your team's health bars rise. It's chaos with a purpose, and somehow, it works. So overall, the A-tier strategists are a fascinating bunch. They each bring something unique, whether it's Invisible Woman's reliability, Adam Warlock's high skill ceiling, or Cloak and Dagger's combo potential. Mantis keeps things steady and serene, Loki adds mischief and mind games, and Jeff just bites his way to victory. They're not the flawless gods of S-tier, but they're the kind of heroes who can feel like S-tier in the right hands. And honestly, that's what makes this category so fun. It's less about perfection and more about mastery. If you know your hero and play them right, a tier might just be all you need. The strategists in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Luna Snow and Rocket Raccoon. You ever see a support player zip across the map, heal everyone, drop an ultimate that wins the entire fight, and then disappear before you can even say what just happened? Yeah, that's Luna Snow in a nutshell. She's been sitting comfortably in S tier for a while now, and honestly, it doesn't look like she's planning to leave anytime soon. Her ultimate is still one of the most impactful in the Strategist lineup, and when it's timed just right, it can flip a losing battle on its head in seconds. The secret behind Luna's success is her mobility. She's not just fast, she's the fastest strategist in the entire game. Watching her glide across the battlefield while other healers jog behind feels almost unfair. That speed lets her reposition constantly, dodging danger and keeping her team in perfect shape. Combine that with her consistent healing output, and you've got a character who feels smooth, sharp, and dangerously effective all at once. Some players have started gravitating toward other high-impact ultimates this season, but let's be real, Luna's overall kit still hits differently. She's reliable in every situation, whether it's solo Q chaos or high-level coordinated play. There's a reason she's the poster child of S tier. She's got the balance, the burst, and the beauty all in one frosty package. Now let's talk about the little raccoon that could, Rocket Raccoon. This furry demolition expert went from being an A, maybe later pick to a must-have strategist in Season 4.5, all thanks to one thing, a glorious buff. His CYA Ultimate, yes, it means exactly what you think, now gives a 40% damage boost instead of 25. That's not just a small bump. That's a, why is my entire team suddenly melting everything kind of upgrade. What makes Rocket special isn't just his ultimate, though. It's his entire playstyle. Fast, twitchy, and unpredictable. His tiny hitbox and constant movement make him one of the hardest strategists to pin down. You blink, and he's already dashed behind cover, healed his team, and dropped another gadget in your face. He's chaos personified, but the good kind. The kind that wins matches. So yeah, S tier this season belongs to the Ice Queen and the Space Raccoon. Luna Snow brings the cool precision, Rocket brings the explosive energy, and together they set the gold standard for what a top-tier strategist should look like. If you want to dominate as support, you're probably running into these two. Or better yet, you're playing them. The video ends here. See you in another video. Don't forget to subscribe.